going on, Jerome's? So there was a fantastic energy as the Timberwolves opened up the Western Conference Finals on Wednesday against the Dallas Mavericks. I actually kind of like the Mavericks, so I can't think of a disparaging nickname right now. But everyone is in the building. There was a vibe and a buzz and energy coming from Minneapolis and Vikings at the game. It's fantastic. Charles Barkley brought his ass to Minnesota, went to Manny's. It was fantastic. They're booing Draymond Green. Boo. F Draymond. Boo. It was great, but yeah, still tough. Still tough, man. And it just felt like one of those games where they weren't in sync. Everyone looked a little bit tired because of that long and don't count out emotional series with Denver. And I don't know, like Dallas just came in and stole one. It is what it is. And I mean, throughout the game, the Wolves did have control. Fourth quarter, Kyrie and Luka sort of took over, and it is what it is. And the nice thing about it, though, it is a long series, and this did just open up a Game 5 at home yet again. But also, is this a spot where the Wolves got their asses whooped Games 3 and 4 against Denver because I feel like maybe the fan base wanted it too much. But then Game 6, you could get tickets for like $25, and everyone just like, whatever. And then the Wolves whoop some ass. Maybe we need this. Maybe we need feigned indifference to succeed at home late in the playoffs. I don't know, man. But yeah, either way, the Wolves, they looked a little bit tired. And frankly, they sort of looked like Denver in the first two games of the Western Conference semifinals, where Denver had a long-ass series and were just sort of sleepwalking. But bad shots, bad turnovers, lack of fourth quarter offensive execution, which has been an issue for the Wolves all season. Where I don't know, like that is a sign of a young basketball team, and that is great. That's what's great about the Wolves is that they're young, they're hungry. But I mean, veteran teams can execute situational basketball late in games, and the Wolves have been kind of spotty. Like you can tell they're growing and showing, but. Yeah, need a little bit of work, but got to give flowers where it's due. I mean, Kyrie Irving can still do the damn thing, and I know that LeBron gets all of his plaudits for the Cleveland championship, but I mean, Kyrie was that dog. Yeah, he certainly did not come out flat this game. Frankly, especially that first half might be one of the best halves that I've seen Kyrie play ever. Also, Luka stepped up late after starting off a little bit slow. They combined for 63 points. And for my money, I think that they are the best backcourt in the NBA. And I think that they do complement each other nicely. And, and the Nuggets was all about Jokic and playing big. But this series is going to be all about guard play and defending pick and rolls. So we'll see. But, Dallas had the 13-0 run in the fourth. Luka was a huge part of that. But then the Wolves came back from 8 in the fourth stanza, but then sputtered. It was just rough, man. It was just rough. And also, it squandered another assassin tier 1 game from Jaden McDaniels. Slim is really getting things together, man, where defense is defense. He's always had that. Frankly, I think that given his length, he's a Pippen-adjacent defender, can defend 4 spots. He's great, right? But 3 straight 20-point games. He had 24 points and 6 and 9 from 3. Nice. And he really was the catalyst in the first half, where everyone else sort of seemed okay. Ant, yeah, Cat, but McDaniel's just like, we're gonna win. And Edwards. So Edwards is still obviously a bona fide superstar, but you're starting to see teams just completely throw the kitchen sink at Anthony Edwards, and it's starting to turn into, hey, anyone except for Ant is going to beat us. And Edwards, when he was mic'd up Game 7 against Denver, just like, hey, you got to start hitting your shots so they can't double me as much. And it's true. McDaniels was hitting shots, but everyone else sort of iffy throughout the game. But Edwards, 19, 11, and 8, so almost a triple double, but wasn't really efficient. 6 of 16 shooting. This after his 6 of 24 shooting game in Game 7 against Denver, scoreless in the third quarter. And Dallas respect. I mean, they were selling out to stop him, and they did. They did lock him up throughout the majority of the game, and I don't know, it was just rough. But also, this is completely set up to Edwards, what's up, Sylvie? Definitely has that alpha competitive instinct in him. Like, this is going to be like the LeBradford Smith game, and Ants make up in the back of his mind. As Luka was walking off the court, he said, "Good game, Anthony," and then gonna get his ass. That's right. So yeah, this is the setup for Edwards going off for 44 on Friday, which would be great. Cat, who I think has been extremely underrated this entire postseason, and also probably should have been MVP of Game 7 against Denver. But I mean, Cat was 6 of 20 shooting, 2 of 9 from 3. But that putback should have been legal. I don't get it. So I said it right before the half. Like, so Denver is allowed. Dallas, Denver, 6-letter D cities, whatever. So Dallas, like a Dallas player, touched the ball when it was on the cylinder to end the first half, and it's just like, it's the end of half. Who cares? But the Cat. Hey, if that counted, the Cat dunk should have counted. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Naz Reid, 15 and 5 off the bench, 3 for 6 for 3. I mean, he's still Naz Reid. Couple of bad turnovers, but Kyle Anderson. So the Kyle Anderson experience was actually good last night. 11 points of 5 of 8 shooting, and it's the Kyle Anderson's slow-mo shooting style is hilarious. Where I saw the best one. It's like Kyle Anderson's shot looks like it takes 2-factor identification, which is really good, man. But it is one game, and it just sort of is what it is. It's a long ass series. Now the Wolves have an extra home game in these playoffs, and remember, the Wolves won 3 on the road against Denver. So so I know that everyone's saying like, oh, Dallas stole home court, blah blah blah. Well, hell, the Wolves gave away home court. The Wolves played like ass, thank you, at home throughout the first 2 games against Denver too. So it's whatever. Plus, I feel like I said. The Wolves beat themselves. Like, all of their mistakes were internal. This wasn't a spot where the Wolves had an elite effort, even though they were pretty freaking amazing from 3. But it wasn't the Wolves played their best. They just simply got beat by a better team. And as you know, like 7-game series, like sometimes the best team doesn't always win. But I think this is a spot where the Wolves will rebound Friday at the crib, and then they'll go on the road Sunday, beat Dallas's ass, and steal back home court advantage. Snatch that thing back like a chain, and then come back Game 5 and close things out. So that's what I think. But your thoughts are thoughts. Wolves allegedly lose to Dallas 108-105 because Kyrie had the greatest game on earth. No big deal. Anyways, you guys know what to do. Skull, no production value.